Welcome back to the channel. I'm Sid Kingsley, and I'm a musician, songwriter, amongst other things. And today we're going to do a video that's kind of been blowing up in the last month. I'm a little bit late to this one, but I've been meaning to do a video on this one because it's a very, I've seen just a couple of clips. I haven't watched a full video or a full song of this band, but from what I've heard, I really dig it. And so I'm going to react today to Angine de Poitrine. I'm probably butchering that French. I live in Austria. Every time I go to France, it never works out. I can't even say bonjour right. It's a very, very hard language. German is much easier. If you're going to learn a second language from English, German's way easier to learn being a Germanic language than France. Anyways, I digress. Let's get into the video. And I don't know if they're from France or if they're from, French Canadian or, French Canada, French part of Canada, speaking part of Canada. I don't know. I'm assuming they're from France, though. Anyway, and before we start, just looking at them, I already like the looks of this. It does seem like it's a lot to put on to do a show, but it kind of reminds me of like Buckethead. You kind of have that anonymity. Maybe if they're playing like a music festival or something, they can walk around the festival and nobody's going to bother them because they don't recognize them unless they obviously know who they are. So that's kind of cool. But it does seem like a lot to put on before putting a show. But hey, different strokes. So let's get into it. Now, right off the bat, they're already got a good groove going on. You can tell there's some pocket there. Like there's some serious players. So let's see where it goes from here. So right off, you can tell that it's an E, but they've got a whole bunch of microtonal stuff going on. Let me look at. So yeah, if you look at the guitar players or guitar and bass players fretboard, there's way more frets than a normal guitar. It almost reminds me of like Charlie Hunter's like Novak guitars where it's got those fan frets. Except his doesn't have like microtonal frets. So I don't know who made this guitar. He probably made it himself. Who knows? But yeah, they're definitely playing notes in between each, normal stuff is, you got a half step. So they're playing the notes in between the half steps. So, quarter tones, which is crazy. And it gives it a really cool sound. And right there, I mean, this is like new and exciting, but also this has promise written all over it. I mean, I'm hearing, the beginning of South Park, that twang, that's Les Claypool all day long. That definitely is some promise stuff. But what they're doing is really cool. Like that whole pedal board, I mean, that thing's the size of a spaceship. I don't mess with pedal boards. It's just too much going on, especially, and it looks like he's got the big Roland, I don't know the name of it, but I know it's like a Roland looper pedal. And those things, I've never been able to get a looper pedal in sync. It takes a lot of practice to be able to hit that and do it on command like this dude's doing and playing the bass line over it. So that's really awesome. And on a side note too, they kind of remind me of JD and Domi, JD Beck and Domi. If you ever seen this, like a female keys player and a drummer, and they kind of have that math rock vibe, whereas Domi and JD are more in the jazz neo soul vein, but definitely the timing and the way the songs are constructed, it's definitely like a math rock to it. There's some definite math to it. It's but they still have a groove. There's still a groove there. There's still a pocket. It's not just cerebral music. It's not just math. Okay, that's badass. I don't know how I feel about the feet shots, but they're there. And, I can see this. This obviously is, I don't see this being mainstream music. A lot of people, I love this. And I think this would be really, really, really fun to see in like a small club, like a 500 cap room, maybe even smaller than that. This would just be hella fun. Another thought that just occurred to me, playing with it, being that it's an E, but they're playing a style of music that, a lot of musicians, this happens if you're playing gigs, people are like, oh, can I sit in with y'all? Can I jam with you? Which is totally fine. It's totally fun, but they've kind of created a genre of microtonal music, unless you've got a microtonal guitar, or maybe if you're playing like a trombone and you can hit in between those notes, something that slides in between the half steps. You're not going to be able to jam with them. It's not going to sound right unless you're a drummer. But any musical instrument, you're going to have to be doing some crazy stuff to be getting in between the notes they're doing. All right, well, that's Angine de Poitrine. That's good old fashioned rock and roll right there. It's weird, but it's rock and roll at its heart. I mean, it's got a good feel. It's got a good pocket. I like the theatrics they got going on. I like the whole thing. Be interested to see what they do in the future with this. And if it's one of those things that just hits and it's viral for a little bit and then goes away. But I would definitely see him live. Like I said, I would love to see him in like a 500 cap room. I don't think like a stadium or something big. I don't know how that would go over, but a small room definitely would be a lot of fun. Let me know down in the comments if you dig this band. If you don't dig this band, what do you think about them? Make sure to subscribe, like, share it, do all those good things, and we'll see you on the next one.